When David, a 48-year-old tech executive, noticed his left hand trembling during board presentations, he blamed it on too much coffee. 6 months later, his neurologist delivered shocking news: early-stage Parkinson's disease. If you're a high-performing professional wondering how to protect your brain from this devastating condition, today I'm sharing breakthrough research from September 2025 that reveals how overworked brain cells trigger Parkinson's, and the evidence-based protocol that could prevent it. Parkinson's disease affects over 10 million people worldwide, with professionals in high-stress careers showing 40% higher rates of early onset compared to the general population. Despite being the second most common neurodegenerative disease, most professionals don't understand that Parkinson's begins decades before symptoms appear. This lack of awareness leads to missed prevention opportunities during the critical years when intervention could make the difference. Breakthrough research from the Gladstone Institute for Neurological Disease just proved that dopamine neurons literally burn out from chronic overactivation, like overloaded circuits in your brain's performance system. Published in eLife Journal in September 2025, Dr. Ken Nakamura's team at Gladstone Institute demonstrated that chronic hyperactivation of dopamine neurons causes the exact cellular degeneration pattern seen in human Parkinson's patients. These aren't just movement neurons. They control executive function, decision-making speed, and fine motor control. Harvard Medical School research shows your substantia nigra contains 400,000 of these critical performance cells. The mechanism is devastating. When dopamine neurons stay overactive for weeks due to chronic stress, they flood with calcium ions. This triggers a defensive response where cells reduce dopamine production to prevent toxicity, creating a vicious cycle where remaining neurons must work harder, accelerating burnout. University of Melbourne studies confirm that environmental stressors, sleep deprivation, and chronic overstimulation create the perfect storm for this neuron exhaustion in high-achieving professionals. The data reveals alarming patterns. Investment bankers, surgeons, executives, and attorneys show dramatically higher early onset rates. Why? Consider the neurotoxic elements of modern professional life. Chronic stress activation keeps dopamine neurons in perpetual overdrive. Stanford research shows professionals averaging less than 6 hours sleep show 23% reduced neuron recovery capacity. Task switching every 3 minutes, common among Fortune 500 executives, triggers 160 dopamine surges per hour. The prevention protocol based on this research includes 3 critical tiers. Strategic stress cycling, 90-minute focused work blocks with 15-minute complete neural disconnection periods. Sleep optimization, 7 to 8 hours with specific attention to deep sleep phases, maintaining 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit temperature. Neuroprotective nutrition, magnesium glycinate. 400 milligrams supports calcium regulation, L-tyrosine 500 milligrams on empty stomach supports healthy dopamine synthesis, and alpha-lipoic acid 300 milligrams provides antioxidant protection. Clinical trials show 28% reduction in neuronal damage markers. David's neurologist introduced him to this prevention research immediately after diagnosis. Despite early-stage Parkinson's, implementing the protocol dramatically slowed progression. David restructured his work schedule around 90-minute focus blocks, prioritized sleep hygiene, and began the neuroprotective supplement regimen. Within 3 months, his tremor episodes decreased significantly. 18 months later, David's neurological function remains stable. His cognitive performance during high-stakes presentations has actually improved compared to his pre-diagnosis stress-driven approach. David says, understanding the science transformed his relationship with work stress from career advancing to brain damaging, empowering him to protect his cognitive capital while maintaining executive performance. For busy professionals, implementation requires systematic approach. Start with strategic stress cycling. It requires no supplements or major schedule changes, just disciplined break-taking. Track cognitive performance during presentations, decision-making accuracy, and afternoon energy levels. Most executives report noticeable improvements within 10 days of consistent implementation. Professional support matters. Neurologists assess early symptoms. Occupational physicians understand workplace stress, and executive coaches integrate protocols into demanding careers. Insurance covers assessments, and many corporations offer brain health programs. If you experience tremors during presentations, handwriting changes, or muscle stiffness after long workdays, don't dismiss them as normal aging. Your dopamine neurons must sustain 40 to 50 years of performance. The protocols you implement now determine whether you'll maintain executive function or face cognitive decline. What workplace stressors concern you most for brain health? Subscribe to Clinical Discovery for evidence-based professional health optimization that protects your cognitive capital.